Uh, I was struggling a little bit. No, it was supposed to be a lot harder, but they cut us a break, so it was good to get back breathing, get back around the guys, moving around. So it was good.
How would it be harder?
Well, it was supposed to be more, yeah, a lot more volume. So yeah, Coach Hughes taking it easy on us, but I think he's just preparing us for the challenge tomorrow.
Do you feel more aerodynamic with your new look?
With the new flow, or lack of, not really, just out there running.
We probably asked you this, but back with Ray Horton's defense, how is this going to change your role?
Yeah, it'll just be more consistent with what I think what we had going on the first couple of years here, and Coach Horton just does such a great job of putting guys in good positions and utilizing guys' strengths, and so I'm just really optimistic about our defense and the way we're headed.
Paul, since coming here, you've been through a couple of coaching changes, and there hasn't been that culture, that continuity that you had with the Ravens that I remember talked about you were hoping to bring here. What have you seen with Hugh from a culture standpoint? What are you feeling inside the locker room?
Yeah.
Is there anything different, or you have
Absolutely.
to wait and see?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a palpable difference, and it's just something that carries through day in and day out. There's an energy here that I don't think I've felt yet here, and it's extremely positive. And I think one of the best things that Hugh brings to the table is he unites. He unites the organization, the players, and I believe that's something that is more rare than you'd think. A coach that can just unite the players and get everybody feeling the loyalty and the positivity, and so that's what really inspires me the most about
When
Coach
you
Jackson.
signed here in 2013, this building was a little different. Can you just comment on the growth of this building?
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. I mean, when you go in there and you have the resources to be able to recover and train the right way, and it just adds to the statement of belief and hope that the Haslams are giving us, and I just believe that it's going to help us get to the next level and help us progress as a team, even if it's in those little ways where the off the field stuff. So it's been really cool, and a cool opportunity for us to see it come together. You know, you're looking at a huge transformation of a commercial building, and just like that, you know, and so to see that happen in the course of a spring and summer has been really, really cool.
Hey, Paul, what is the hit that the defense takes with the loss of Desmond Bryant?
Yeah, it's big. It really is. I mean, that guy is a tremendous player who has a huge impact on each game, and so he's just not a guy that you can easily replace. And I feel for him. You know, he's a competitive guy. He's a quiet guy, so you don't understand much about what's going on. But I can tell you from being around him every day, he's competitive. You know, he's loyal to the team. He works his tail off. So it's really saddening to see him have an injury like that. But we're gonna have to find ways to make up for his injury and regain some momentum with that, because that is a big loss for us.
Well, the last few years you've had to face a lot of questions about the distraction that is Johnny Manziel. Why will Josh Gordon be any different?
I think it's a whole different. I think it's a whole different deal. They're just two different players that have had different type of success, and so Josh is a guy who seems to be refocused, and so I just couldn't be happier to have him back. I mean, for as many games as we can have him, we need him. He's a huge impact player, and he's just a guy that can add a lot to a team. So.
What in 2 days makes you feel like you can say he seems to be refocused?
He's here, and that's the bottom line. I mean, he's made those changes that have got him to this building and this point. And so there's been a lot of guys who have been in his situation and had the obstacles and haven't been able to recover. And I think Josh has proven that he's determined to resurrect himself in a sense. And so I'm supportive of it. I'm happy for him. And not only that, but we need him.
On the defensive side, I think it's 5 starters you guys will be switching out when you include Dez's injury. Obviously, change is part of the game, but could you touch on what impact that's going to have, or is it a good thing that you're going to have some fresh blood on that side of the ball?
Yeah, well, that's just part of the game. You know, the continuous recycle of players and just keeping everybody competitive and keeping the I guess you're saying the fresh blood, things like that. That's just a part of the NFL. Part of the NFL game. You know, you're continuously being challenged by guys and your teammates and seeing guys come in and out. So that's how we use that's up to us. Whether it's a positive or negative thing is up to us. So I think we're going to do our best this year to put guys in the right spots to make the most effective player for the team.
Hugh said again today that it was going to be a physical camp. You guys would be in pads as often as you could, and he said that it would be siren and then anything goes. Do you embrace that, or does part of you say, hey, let's get to week one without even risking that kind of injury?
Yeah, you know, you gotta respond to what your leader demands out of you, and if he thinks that's the best thing for our team, then that's what we roll with. And I believe in his philosophy, and so I think for us, just being able to put together as many practices that are game type atmospheres without pushing yourself to the limits, of course, and putting your teammates at risk. But I think feeling that physical, the hitting and the competing like that is the more you can get to that without obviously the injuries, the better, because you just get more ready for a game, and that's what we're here to do.
How did the Ravens handle that when you guys were the champions?
Yeah, it was physical. Yeah, it was tough, hard practices, and I was able to go through one of the training camps where it was before the new CBA, so the rules were a little different. We were in pads twice a day, and some of those days were a grind, and so yeah, it was very similar to here.
Paul, you've been here, obviously, this is your third coaching staff.
Yeah.